Welcome back to episode 1. We finally did it. We did our episode 0.
We did.
That came out last week. So now we're back with episode 1 of Straight from the Agent. I am Johnny B. Good, the flip-flop agent, joined by my co-host,
Connery Calkins.
Of Remax Edge.
Yes.
We are, I guess we try to be agents here at Remax Edge, yeah?
I guess you could say so.
Well, as we discussed in last week's episode, we're basically going to just do some quick hits.
Yep.
We're going to we've got our questions in a hat. See? I have the sellers.
I have the buyers.
He has the buyers. So what we're going to do is we're each going to just draw a question. So Connery's going to take one for the buyers, and then we're going to discuss it. So our whole goal with this is just give you guys information. There's things you don't know. And it doesn't mean that you're stupid or what have you. It's just that you're not experienced.
Yeah. We do this every single day for numerous people.
Yes.
I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, the average person like buys or sells a home once every 7 years.
So they've actually bumped that up.
Okay.
So new data just came out. It's funny you bring that up.
Mm-hmm.
On average, it's been roughly every 7 years.
Okay.
Well, according to the most recent data, that was roughly 20 years ago. So around the turn of the century, people were moving every 7 years. Well, updated data has just come in, and it's now every 12 years.
Oh.
So you're even, as buyers and or sellers, or both, you're not in the mix frequently.
Right, yeah.
I mean, and everybody knows somebody that's selling a home or buying a home.
Yeah.
That's the collectivism that is human nature.
Yep.
We're just aware of that. If you have any number of friends or acquaintances or family, you're going to know somebody that's probably buying or selling.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's also come back to, it's not as common as it used to be.
No.
Well, and we're in that era now where we're talking to clients as well that they've got sub 3% interest rates on a 30-year mortgage.
Then they do not want to move.
And it's like, that's a tough pill to swallow if you're looking at rates. And it's not our job to quote rates or reference them. But I mean, we're hovering around 6.
Yeah. I'm at a 7.1.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you bought. Right. Yeah. And I was able to refinance. So, I mean, I've got a pretty incredible rate. So it's like, I don't see the need.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of people are in that same mix. So here we are just, free balling it over here, just doing whatever we want to do. We got to get back to the nature of the podcast.
Yes.
So why don't you grab our first question for episode 1 as it relates to the buying process?
Let's see here.
Hit me with it.
Can I buy a home with student loan debt?
That's a great question. Now, again, we're not lenders.
Correct.
And we have a stable of amazing lenders that we've partnered with in the past. Shout out to Jody Hendrickson with Case and Home Loans. Shout out to Lindsay Whitman with Guild Mortgage. Who else have you used?
Dylan Brosnan with Cross Country Mortgage. And
fantastic.
Who else did I just? It's really just Jody.
Yeah. I mean, when we find somebody that works well with us and takes exceptional care of our clients, you kind of got to ride in on that same horse because they do such a good job. I need my life to be easy.
Yep.
It's not easy to navigate these processes. But anyway, let's get down to the nitty gritty of the question. Can you buy a house with student loans?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you have student loans?
I do not.
Does your wife have student loans?
She does not.
Oh, that's good then.
So it worked out well for us.
Yes.
But so many people go to college, and I've worked with so many first-time home buyers. It hasn't been an issue that I've seen. Now, granted, we're not lenders, and I'm very clear about that with all my clients.
Right.
I am not a lender. I am not a home inspector. I am not an appraiser.
Right.
I am your realtor.
Right.
I will help you throughout this process, but if I have some knowledge here and there, I'll share it.
Right.
But always check with the professional in that field.
100%.
But yes, it is 1,000% possible to buy a house with student loan debt. There's obviously other factors that come into play, like your income, what other debt that you have.
Right. Well, and I
so
think
on and so forth.
You hit on that exactly. School loan debt is going to get encompassed into your entire debt to income ratio.
Yes.
And so again, not lenders.
Yep.
But they're going to calculate, you're going to give them a PFS, essentially a personal financial statement. Here's a general accounting of the money I have saved. Here's my liabilities. Here's my assets. Bleh. And then the lender plugs it into their system, and they come up with that debt to income ratio.
Right.
So as long as whatever your repayment is, and they're not looking at the total amount. If you owe $250,000 in school loan debt, bummer.
Yeah.
But the flip side of that is, what's your monthly payment?
Yeah.
And that's how they're going to calculate all of that, your debt to income ratio.
Yes.
And again, I'm speaking out of pocket. I'm stepping out of my lane and into the lender's lane. But most of the debt to income ratios, as long as you're not maxing out greater than like 40 to 42% ish, you're usually okay. So, and in future episodes, maybe we can talk to a lender. Maybe we can get some feedback from them as well and bring them on to have them talk to us a little bit more about that specifically. But yeah, you're exactly right. If you have any type of debt, short of like federal tax debt, you're more than capable of buying a house as long as the figures match.
Exactly. Now,
it's all about the numbers.
It might not be your dream home, but rarely the first time you buy a house, it's your forever home.
Sure.
It's a starter home.
Sure.
Which a lot of first-time home buyers need to start understanding.
Sure. And that's actually something we're seeing more so occur in the industry as well, is you're not seeing like the 20-somethings, you know, you and your wife, you know, you guys are in your mid to late 20s, but you're not seeing like these 21, 22, 23-year-olds buying homes.
Yeah.
You're seeing a lot more people that are saving. They're trying to save, get that 10, 20, 30, 40% down, and then going to buy a home.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody's journey is different.
Yep.
You know, some people, you know, they can't save a lot of money because they're in an apartment, or they're living with mom and dad, so they can save a lot of money, but maybe they're not ready to buy a house yet. Whatever that is, it doesn't matter. When those opportunities present itself, though, and you're ready to buy a house, you got to give us a call. So we can put you in line with the lenders to get that pre-approval, because it's so important that you know what you can buy before you start looking.
Yeah. And I just made a post about this yesterday. It is so important to, when you're serious about buying a home, get that pre-approval.
Yes.
Because I can't tell you how many times I've done showings and they're like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm ready to buy yet. Like, I don't want to get a pre-approval. And back when I first started, I was like, sure, what the hell? We'll check out the house.
Sure.
We'll waste my time. It's great.
I was going to say, this is all your fault.
I know.
This is your fault.
And then we come across a house. They absolutely love it. They want to write an offer. They don't have a pre-approval. By the time they get the pre-approval, the house is pending with somebody else. Just get the pre-approval. It's good for 90 days typically.
It's a tale as old as time.
Yes.
And that's always what happens. It feels like that's always the case. Oh, you know, we're just kind of kicking tires.
Yeah.
You know what? It's a nice day. I'll take you out and I'll show you this house. They fall in love with it. It's $100,000 outside the price range.
Yep.
You don't know what you don't know. It's not ignorance. It's not like you're being malicious in your ignorance. But it comes down to, you got to trust the representatives that are trying to get you to the finish line.
Yeah.
And that's us.
Yep.
It's not that we're, you know, stuffy and, oh, I don't want to show you a house. I think the point is, we want to make sure that you're prepared so that when you do fall in love with a house, we can get you to the finish line.
Yeah.
We can get you to the closing table, and we can get you those keys.
I mean, kind of going off that point there, it can come off as rude. Like, hey, like the Connery or Johnny's not going to show me a house.
Yeah.
This is how we make a living.
Sure.
I'm not going to ask you to, if you're, say, a mechanic, I'm not going to ask you to work on my car for free.
Right.
Like, this is how
I have zero intention. Yeah, I have zero intention of buying a car, but I'm going to go on 10 test drives today.
Exactly.
Let's go do that. That should be a blast.
Oh yeah, the employee's going to love me. No, we have bills that we got to pay. This is how we make money.
Sure.
So, sorry. But again, that'll ruffle some feathers.
It's fine. That's what we're here for.
Yes.
Sometimes you need a little bit of education to figure out what the hell you're actually doing. All right. I think that was great. That was perfect for the buyers. Let's jump right into the sellers. Ooh, I'm nervous. What do the sellers want to know? All right. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, how long does it take to close after accepting an offer? That's a great one.
It all depends.
It all depends. Man, I love that there's little to no concrete answers we can give you in real estate.
Right. There really isn't.
There's just nothing that's 100% concrete, because you're working with contracts.
Yeah.
You're working with other parties. You're working with other agents. You're working with inspectors and banks and all the things.
Yep.
So there is no steadfast rule. Now, it's typical of sorts if you're writing a conventional offer. You know, so you're not using any of the federally backed programs.
Yep.
It's just conventional offer through a mortgage company, through a bank, through a credit union. It's about 30 days.
Yeah.
Once your offer's accepted, you're going to go through the due diligence phase, but that's about 30 days. Now, when I have clients that are going through, whether it's an FHA loan, a VA loan, a rural development loan, MISHDA, could be any one of those. I typically run those 40 to 45 days.
Yeah.
Because there's more requirements as it relates to the appraisal.
Yep.
Depending on diligence, depending on the quality of the home, there's just so many factors.
Yeah.
So that's where I go, could be 45 days, roughly, month and a half. And then on the flip side of that, cash offers, if you're a baller and you're out there buying with cash, you can close that in
2 weeks.
2 weeks is pretty typical.
Yeah.
A week for your due diligence and then another week just to get all the documentation in order.
Yeah.
So, 2 weeks for a cash offer, about a month for a conventional offer, other government-backed deals, roughly 45 days.
Yeah.
And that, again, isn't steadfast. I've closed VA deals in 3 weeks.
Yeah. We just closed a conventional loan in, I think, 21 days, I want to say. But again, it all depends on how fast you move.
Yeah.
So when you write an offer and you have a due diligence period for typically a home inspection, right? You negotiate the timeline. So let's say I wrote an offer for my buyer on one of your listings. Let's say we negotiated 5 calendar days to do that home inspection.
Sure.
Per our contract, again, it's all negotiable. Per our contract, we then have 5 business days to get back to you and the seller with our findings.
Right.
Now, if my buyers wait until day 5 to do the home inspection, and then wait until day 10 to get back to you with the results, this is going to take longer. Do it quick.
Right.
Get the inspection done on day 2, day 3.
Right.
And there's thousands of home inspectors out there. We can find someone that will do it.
Right.
But if you wait to the last minute, obviously, it can be extended.
Well, and I think you bring up a great point. My favorite clients to work with are the ones that want to sit down and have like a strategy session. And because that just plays to the way I like to conduct business.
Yeah.
There's a very specific set of processes that are in place that are going to take us to the end. And the quicker we can go through that and we can understand, hey, at this stage, this is what we're doing. So I need you guys to handle this portion. I'm going to handle this portion. We're going to talk about it. We're going to renegotiate. We're going to do what we have to do. And then from there, a lot of it falls on me. I'm shuffling things and coordinating things with appraisers, with lenders, with title, all that stuff. I'm going to need you to get your home insurance secured.
Yep.
You get that figured out. Okay, now we're here. We're going to go over the closing disclosure, blah, 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 blah. We're going to roll through all those steps. The more we can all be on the same page, and this is where the best deals that I've had have always had ultra clear communication.
100%. It's better to over communicate than under communicate.
That's right. That's right. And that goes back to any relationship, whether it's personal, professional, your wife, your kids, your family, your compatriots at work. The more you can have better and clear communication and understanding of what the ultimate goal is, hey, let's rock and roll, man.
And the
let's
amount
get
of
it done.
Horror stories that you hear from clients who've used other agents in the past about the communication, doing stuff without the green light. It's shocking to me.
Right.
So I always prefer, even on the sell side with my sellers, weekly updates, two updates a week typically, and just constantly letting them know what's going on, what I'm doing. We had a showing. This was the feedback. Because I never want them to be like, hey, Connery never contacted me.
Right.
Like he put my house in the market and that was it.
And that's a great point. One thing I've done that I've kind of added to my pre-checklist, whether I'm working with buyers or sellers, is what is your level of comfort with communication? Me personally, I tend to over communicate with my clients. Some people don't need that communication. They just don't give a shit. They're like, I trust you to get us to the finish line. Do it. And I have zero issue with that. So I always like to ask the clients specifically, how much communication do you want? The more that you want is fine with me. If you want less, that's fine. I would just prefer to know. And again, that's good communication because I'm asking them about what they like from a communication standpoint. So everybody's different. Everybody's different. We've had all types of different clients. Some that are great communicators, some that are poor. I mean, I sold a young man's house 2 years ago. I think we met all of 1.5 times. And he closed on it completely disappeared. I think he blocked my number, but he was super happy. He sent me a 5-star review.
Right.
But for him, it was very transactional.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Which is fine.
That's perfectly fine. But I was like, no, we need to do X, Y, and Z. Get this closed. You'll get your check. You're off and running. He's like, all right, sounds good.
It's funny because I had a closing. It was actually, we closed on December 31st last year. So it was kind of weird, but I've worked with these clients in the past. I currently have a house for sale for them. I've sold another house for them. So we have a good relationship.
Sure.
But just the way the cards fell, I couldn't be there for anything. Like, I couldn't be there for the showing.
Right.
I had another agent do the showing for me because I had other appointments, and couldn't be there for the home inspection because I was out of town. I was like, all right, well, I'll have another agent come and cover it for me. And then I saw him at the closing table. I was like, I haven't been to this house.
Yeah.
But I mean, it worked. They trust me. We got the job done.
Yeah.
We got them a good deal on the home, but never saw the house.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But that's sometimes the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
That's just the way it works sometimes. And that's where it comes into having a strong group that you work with.
Yeah.
So that when you need that additional support,
yeah.
Hey, can somebody help me out? I'm out of town. I need this, or I've got a sick kid.
Mm-hmm.
We've all been there when we've needed that support. So I think that goes a long way as well.
I agree.
All right. Perfect. Well, we did it.
Yeah. Episode 1.
Man. So if it felt like that flowed well.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to our future episodes. So
Me too.
We're going to do a buyer question, a seller question. We're going to freeform it, spitball a little bit, see what we can come up with. And hopefully we're giving you guys a little bit of an education as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
All
For
right.
this episode of Straight from the Agent, I am Johnny B. Good, joined by
Connery Calkins.
We will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
So,